Hi guys, Shakey Nan again. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. We had a quiet one here, but I did see all the kids on Easter Day, so that was good. I hope everyone got to see all their family and friends with COVID restrictions all over the world still. Today's video, guys, is how my last video, when I watched it back, I realised as I was saying it, I wasn't thinking until I watched it back that's exactly why ETers hide. You know, that should have been a simple transaction. Go down, hand my number plates in, get them, walk out, 10 minutes, back in the car on the way home. And it turned into nearly an hour and a half of terror for an ETer. And that's the hard part about going out and doing things. You know, if I was in a wheelchair, I'm sure that lady would have had more compassion for me. And that's what really drives me crazy, is that this is noticeable. And that is why we think, and really, is there any other explanation? That is why we think that that lady must have looked at me like I was an alco or a junkie. To treat me the way she did, she didn't look at me as if I had a condition. And that there, as I was explaining it to you, is how we get treated 95% of the time, really, when we go to places, just for simple transactions, just for simple walk in, walk out. When I got stopped at the end of the line for lining up, because to start with, when I have to do things normally, I like to prepare days in advance, because I've got to work out in my head, okay, how am I going to do this with ET? How am I going to do this shaking? I would have prepared that what time I would have gone, thinking that there won't be many people there, that's the time to go. You sort of plan every step of the way. If there's trouble, what am I going to do? You know, especially when you're on your own. When Shane's with me, if it gets too much for me, I can say, oh, I'll go and sit in the car for a bit, calm down, then I'll come back. But while I'm on my own and I need to do something like hand in the number plates, change them over, it had to be done, and it had to be done that day. Shane said I would have, he'd told me the night before when he rang me from work, he said I might have had to do it, but maybe not. So I wasn't expecting to do it that morning. So when I woke up, saw the number plate sitting on the table, I just jumped in the car. On the drive down there, I started to panic already, thinking, I'm on my own. What am I doing? I've come on my own. Like, I was cranky also when I watched the video back. I had so many opportunities to educate people. When I was in the front of the line and people were all staring at me, I should have handed them all a card. I should have said to it right then, guys, I have ET. This is what it is. This is the condition I have. When I walked up to the counter, I knew everyone in the room was watching me. When I first went up to say, I've been sitting here for 40 minutes, that made me tremor worse. When I went up to the lady and, you know, she treated me like that, that made it worse. You know, it turned into an absolute nightmare, and it shouldn't. This is why I don't go many places. Like I said, it always seems to happen to me. It's like they look at me and think, oh, there's something not right with this lady. Look at her. We'll just hold her off for a bit. And, you know, it's, if anyone has to wait in a room, it's always me. If anyone's going to be, you know, talk too rudely in the room, it's always me. It's, you know, it makes it really tough to go anywhere. we shouldn't have to explain ourselves to everyone. You know, half the time people look at me and I'll say, if I say, before I started doing these videos, if I say to half of my viewers, I have ET, a lot of them wouldn't have known what it was. A lot of them think of this guy. A lot of them think I'm an alien weirdo that loves extraterrestrials. No one knows what it is. A lot of times when I don't want to have to explain myself, I'll say, oh, I have ET, it's sort of like Parkinson's. That makes people understand. But it's not like Parkinson's. A Parkinson's person wouldn't be shaking like I am out in public. That's ET. So how is Parkinson's known before us? Why are we looked at like we're the alcos and junkies just because people can't see that maybe it is a condition that we have that makes us this way? I've written an email to the RTA, the Services New South Wales, and I'm asking them to watch the videos, watch Fridays and watch today's. From now on, watching the videos back, it made me cranky that once again I let another person treat me like that. That should have been doing their job. They get paid to serve customers and make customers happy. When I first left school, the biggest thing for every employer was customer service. If you didn't have those customers, you didn't have a job. The customers come first. The customers were always right. You look your customer in the face and you put on a smile even if you're having a shit day. You look the customer in the face and you put on a smile. When the customer walks in, you stop the conversation with your co-worker and you serve that customer. The co-worker's not going to keep your job, that customer is. Now, this was drilled into our heads. Where's that gone? Where has that gone? Because I have been treated like crap in 95% of the businesses that I walk into, especially when I'm on my own. And I'm a female. I shouldn't have to be treated like this. Like, really? Do you think a female's an alcoholic at 3 o'clock in the afternoon still shaking? I'm sure I would have had a drink by then if I was an alcoholic. You know, treat us like we have a condition. Stop treating us like we're no ones and like we've got a real big problem. We're not. We're coming in there. It's hard enough for us to walk in your doors or to walk out of our own doors, let alone to go into somewhere and think it's only going to be a simple transaction and it turns into a terrifying, horrific ordeal that makes us want to hide for another 3 months. You know, to the newbies that are getting ET, you know, I know I have hundreds and hundreds of messages from newbies that are hiding from their families even, you know, hiding from their friends, hiding from their co-workers, and that makes life so hard. And I know it does, because I've hidden for so long too. You know, a lot of people write to me and say, I watch you every video, but I can't share one of your videos yet. I can't put you as a friend yet because I'm not ready to explain to my family and friends. I can understand that. As long as these videos are helping you, that's all that matters, and helping you not feel alone. You know, to the lifers that have been hiding like me, it's time for us to get this out there so that people start treating us with a bit of compassion. You know, like I said, if she thought that I'd had a condition, she would have said to me what Donna said to me. Are you okay? Can I help you with that? Not roll your eyes at me because I've got to take a minute to sign a piece of paper. So please, guys, if you work in a business, I'm sure all of yous now that never knew about ET, you're watching this, and now if you work in an office where you're serving customers, I bet you're looking at people that shake differently now. You know, not all shakers are alcos and junkies. we've got to get that out there to the world, because we're all sick of being looked at like this, and we're sick of having a 5-minute, 10-minute transaction turn into a terrifying ordeal that makes us not want to go anywhere again. All right, guys, thank you once again. I'm sorry I got cranky in that one. I've got to stop apologising. I watched it back and I apologised to that lady that served me like that twice. Like, I should have thrown a card in her face and said, learn about it. Treat your customers with a bit of respect. I'm going to do that from now on. I'm on it. It's in my head now, watching that back. I'm doing it for all us ETers. All right, guys. Love you all. Have a great shaky week. I'll see you on Friday. Take care. Stay safe, guys. Bye.